The end of skill. Why effort is obsolete. Welcome back to AI Takeover, Jobs Lost, Jobs Born series. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and today we're not just talking about job loss. We're talking about the collapse of an entire value system, one built around a core belief that effort matters, that skill is sacred, that the more you practice, the more you earn, that hustle, grit, and time in the game make you valuable. But in the AI economy, that belief is dying. Fast. Because the future doesn't reward effort, it rewards output, and output is now automated. Welcome to the end of skill. Let's start with what skill used to mean. For centuries, skill was power. Whether you were a blacksmith, a surgeon, a pilot, a coder, or a designer, your unique ability to do what others couldn't do made you employable, respected, and in control of your time. Your reputation was tied to what you had earned. You trained, you practiced, you refined. Skill was slow, costly, and sacred. It took years to get good, and that time investment protected you from being easily replaced. But now, skill is no longer earned. It's downloaded. Want to build a website? You don't need to learn HTML. You prompt ChatGPT to generate it. Want to design a brand? You don't need years of Adobe experience. You tell Midjourney what vibe you want. Want to write a legal agreement? You don't need law school. You click Generate Contract, and it's done in seconds. We didn't just build tools, we built replacement engines, and now they're doing the work faster, cleaner, and without ego. What used to take 10 years to master now takes 10 seconds to prompt. Let's be clear, this isn't an attack on creativity. It's a redefinition of what creative even means. AI models trained on millions of examples can generate music, write scripts, illustrate books, and storyboard ads. Not because they understand art in the human sense, but because they replicate the outcome. And in the marketplace, the outcome is what gets paid. Not your effort, not your process, not your artistic pain, just the result. Which leads us to a hard truth. Skill no longer protects you. A generation ago, having a trade, a degree, or a specialized skill was job security. You were in demand. Now your skill is a data set. It's already been absorbed, modeled, and made replicable by a machine that doesn't get tired, doesn't unionize, and doesn't need healthcare. And in this new reality, your effort is irrelevant. Because the machine doesn't reward input. It rewards efficiency. You could spend 5 hours carefully outlining a social media strategy. Or a prompt engineer could generate 30 optimized versions in 1 minute using a trained model. You could spend weeks designing a product catalog. Or your competitor downloads a template, swaps the colors, and deploys by noon. So what happens when skill loses its value? 2 things. First, we see the collapse of mastery culture. No more celebrating the craftsman. No more glorifying the 10,000 hours. The market doesn't care how long it took you to get good. It only cares whether your output is better, faster, or cheaper than the alternative. And that alternative is now synthetic. Second, we see the rise of interface dominance, meaning it's no longer about doing the thing. It's about knowing how to make the machine do the thing. Prompt engineering replaces design school. Workflow architecture replaces deep knowledge. The edge no longer goes to the most skilled. It goes to the most system aware. You don't need to be the best. You just need to know where to click. Let's look at examples. In architecture, AI models like Finch or Spacemaker are generating full building designs, including zoning, sustainability ratings, and material cost estimates, faster than a team of senior architects. Skill? Outpaced. In finance, robo-advisors are managing portfolios, tax strategies, and investment recommendations without human input. Skill? Replaced. In voiceover work, AI-generated voice clones can simulate tone, accent, and emotion instantly. Years of vocal training, now obsolete. In fashion, AI is designing seasonal collections, predicting trend cycles, and generating entire ad campaigns before a human team can schedule the meeting. In publishing, authors are now competing with AI-generated novels. That's not exaggeration. Amazon already hosts hundreds of books entirely written by AI. Most people can't tell. And they don't care. We're not watching the automation of tasks. We're watching the automation of identity. Because when your value is tied to your skill, and that skill is no longer rare, what defines your worth? Here's the existential fracture. Effort used to be noble. Even if you didn't win, the effort gave you meaning. But in a system where effort is unnecessary, it becomes waste. And that shatters the foundation of how we measure ourselves. If a machine can write faster, design better, and outperform your brain, what is your role? People are struggling with this, quietly, subtly, but deeply. They see their productivity dropping not because they're lazy, but because the benchmark keeps rising. They see the value of their degree disappearing. Their job title gets absorbed by an app. Their talent becomes a tab on someone else's dashboard. And the ones who resist, who say real creativity still matters, are getting priced out. Because in a global market, good enough at scale always wins over excellent at cost. So what's being born? We're seeing the rise of a new elite, not the most skilled, but the most synthetic aware. People who can orchestrate machines. People who can prompt, parse, and stack outputs across systems. These are the conductors, not the players. They don't do, they direct. And in a post-skill economy, direction is the last human leverage. We're also seeing a new genre of labor, hyper-niche originality. You can't compete with AI by doing what it does. But you can stand out by doing what it doesn't even know how to want. Personal, provocative, perspective-rich content. Style that breaks rules. Art that confuses algorithms. But this is rare air. Most people won't reach it, and even fewer can monetize it. What about jobs? We're seeing the birth of AI workflow engineers, automation architects, digital twin strategists, and real-time simulation editors. These aren't traditional skilled roles. They're orchestration roles, built for speed, not mastery. These people don't go deep. They go wide. Their skill is in skimming systems, fast, adaptive, endlessly fluid. But even those roles are temporary. Because the truth is, the machine is learning from us. Every time we use AI, it gets better. Every time we solve a problem, it absorbs the pattern. Every time we innovate, it models the structure. Eventually, even the edge of knowing what to prompt will fade. And when that day comes, when machines begin prompting themselves, we'll no longer be conductors. We'll be audience. So what now? Do we give up on skill? No. But we stop pretending it's protection. In this new economy, your skill is only as valuable as your adaptability. Your worth is now measured by how fast you can unlearn, reframe, and reposition. It's no longer about what you know. It's about how you leverage what the system knows. Effort is not dead, but it's been demoted. From virtue to variable, from identity to input. And if that sounds brutal, it is. Because this is not just an economic shift. It's a spiritual one. The end of skill means the end of linear achievement. It means we have to find purpose outside of being good at something. It means we have to find meaning in what we choose, not just in what we produce. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.